Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for March the 6th through the 12th, 2023. So before I begin, I'd just like to welcome everyone back to this weekly series and to also welcome anyone who's new to our Angelic Wisdom community. And I just have several announcements, but first of all, I want to make sure that you take the time now to subscribe, make sure that the all notification bell is selected, um, and also like, dislike, and leave comments as they complete your inspiration and your insight will complete the reading for someone else, and um, I'm sure be a blessing to them. So, if you'd like to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services. All of the links that I'm going to mention are going to be in the description area below this video so that you can access them. You can select for this month um, uh, the first time promotional offer reading still because it's my birthday month, and I guess I forgot to say in one of the videos, but my birthday is on March 17th. So I was born in 71 and I'll be 52 this year. But yeah, so I'm just really grateful to all of you for your support and each year of my growth. And so I just wanted to give that to you. And um, gosh, there was something else too. Also, if you'd like to just donate to my channel, you can select my PayPal me link. And any offer that you make will be greatly appreciated. Um, and I will, just this week, just yesterday actually, I sent a sort of email out to each of the patrons. So make sure, if you didn't get one, to please contact me at Angelic Wisdom um, LLC at gmail.com. And I'll try to remember to put that link in there as well, just in case you did not um, get something from me yesterday. And because there's a little special offer that I included with it for you. So I just want to make sure that you all received it. And I wish I had written it down separately, the names, but I didn't want to put your full names out there just in case, you know, privacy. But anyway, just make sure that you check that out and check your email to make sure you got it, or your spam. Hopefully, it didn't go to spam. All right, and let's see. I have posted the general monthly reading for March already, so I'll include a link to that. And I've also posted all of the angel scopes, which are the 12 readings of the zodiac signs. So all of those have been posted, I think, on March 1st. So you can go to my YouTube community post, or check my video list on my um, YouTube channel, or you can also find it through my Twitter account, those zodiac readings, and my readings as well, and also my Facebook page. There's a link there, all right, for that as well. And I think that's everything that I really wanted to make sure that I talked to you about. So let's begin, and let's do so first by just taking a deep breath together. And just relax your body. And if you have your feet on the floor, just have a sense of connecting in and tuning in with the earth or Lady Gaia, the planet. You can see roots growing out of your feet, or you can see an golden anchor just anchoring into the center of the earth. It's really good to make sure, I don't know if I can explain this simply, but a very good exercise to do to make sure that um, your spirit body is in alignment with your physical body. So what can often happen when we mean by not being grounded is that your spirit body is sort of like the Lemurians. They kind of lived outside of their bodies a lot, meaning so that they could keep that high vibration. They were sort of, and maybe in a word, detached, or more layman's term, it might appear maybe aloof, but not in the same sense that we mean it today. But it's a sense of that sometimes your energy, yours, can be outside of the body, like above it, or it could be. And I always like to look and see where my feet are, my energetic feet are. Are they on top of my head? Are they on my shoulder? Are they on my gut? Or are they with the physical feet? And so that might be why sometimes that we get a little clumsy because we're not fully in our bodies, but we're still um, operating our bodies, obviously, but without being really in the body, we start to do clumsy things or drop things or bump into things because we're operating our bodies outside, and that usually happens when being in the physical realm is too intense, and so there's a desire to want to escape. Okay, it's sort of like um, when you're high or inebriated, you have no control over your body. It's the same thing because you've done something to help you to numb out the suffering, the pain that you're experiencing, and so you kind of try to escape from your body. So just be aware of where you find your feet, energetic feet. And then what you can do is just breathe as you breathe, inhale, and as you inhale and then exhale, you bring your body, energetic body, down, and you keep doing this until you bring your feet in alignment with your physical feet. Okay, so that's just one way of grounding. Sometimes um, maybe eating, obviously, grounds you because this is, well, and this is the part, so this is the bigger part of they're just telling me about not being grounded. So you stop taking care of your body. The more you're in your body, the better you take care of your physical body and your environment. Okay? And that's going to be kind of tough to hear for those of us who aren't like neat freaks, perfectionists. But it is about that because when you're in your physical body, you're you're invested in the pleasures of your physical senses, and that means what you see, what you hear, what you touch, what you taste, um, all of the, and whatever the other one is. But so when you're really in your body, there's a self-care about your physical body and your environment because you take pleasure out of the physical realm. And so based on the level of self-care that you have on a, say, continuous basis, this might indicate to you just how much you enjoy the physical realm. And if see that you're not always taking care of things, like I have My thing is books and paper. Not good with handling that. So that would mean that you are not always really deeply grounded in your physical experience. And this is not something to judge yourself, but this is something to be aware of, because this is energy. This is um, how you interact, how you bring your energy into the world. And so, this is another thing to kind of bring it to me. It's sort of like the way you bring your energy into the world, the more you're into the physical experience and the pleasure and joy of the physical experience, the more, they're right in front of me, I knew this where they were going, the more you manifest with your full potential. So, grounding, ha ha ha, we're having an aha moment. And this is all coming from your collective wisdom, because I've never had this thought before. And it's exciting. So, the thing is, the ability to manifest your dreams and your desires truly depends on how much pleasure you are taking in your physical experience, how much you are embodying your physical experience will is determining how elaborate and detailed your manifestations and how grand and how spectacular, because all of these words I'm conjuring up, it's about the pleasure, the joy that you're experiencing. And you can't get abundance from a world when you're not abundantly in it, when you're not abundantly taking pleasure in it and appreciating it. You hear it's coming, hear those angles where you've heard people say that, appreciation, if you appreciate your life, you can change your life. And, but now you really understand why it's so important for us. Now, gosh, what do you do when your energy's low and it causes you to feel depressed or on some spectrum of that? How do you get yourself boosted, revved up? And that is not easy. To have the flow of energy that you need. And so the flow of energy that your physical body is not experiencing is because of the lack of embodying rather, your physical experience with full pleasure. When you can really come into your physical body and embody it with the fullest pleasure that you can take from each moment of your day, you bring then into your physical body your soul, your I am presence, which lights it up like stadium lights, right? It lights it up, and you have this exhilaration that's just coursing through all of your cells and every organ. Being, they're writing Patreon as in you well, is it simply saying you're the patron of your physical body's energy. Your spirit patronizes the your living body. It's a living um, it's a living thing, not only, but it's also a spiritual living thing, and it needs your soul's full investment to really get the fullest potential out of your physical experience. Isn't this exciting? So, healthy eating. I found myself lately getting very bored with eating. Isn't that something? And I've been feeling this way for quite some time. And I ran across a book that Doreen Virtue had written I haven't read it yet, but called Eating in the Light. And I'm sure there are probably other books out there on this. So I'm going to be looking into that because, I think the idea really is to eat to to help feed your body's frequency, and our energy bodies are shifting, our physical bodies are shifting as the soul is coming in, embodying more and diminishing our egos. We need food that is imbued with the light of the sun, right? And so we need fresh foods. And I know it's expensive and it's hard to afford it, but this is what we need. We need to eat to fuel the energy of our bodies, but this new frequency of light. Likewise, we need exercise, not to lose weight, because if you're eating in the light, then you will not be gaining weight, or you will not be, um, that will not be your issue. But exercise is just to keep the energy circulating and flowing, keeping that chi going, and it helps to build the awareness in the body so that the muscles and the organs have to start, and your cells can, purge themselves of toxins and, start acclimating to this higher vibration. And we need our environments to be purer, clearer, lighter, so less cluttered. We're really moving from an age where we needed things to prove our status, to prove our power, because we were dominated by the influence of our ego, who always felt insecure and powerless. And it used aggression and all other kinds of show prowess to um, mimic the spiritual power that it was trying to um, access. And so we no longer need this, because we are now that our I am presence is really fully embodying this physical expression, the balance that we've always needed is now available to us. And so we don't need to eat heavy foods, and we don't need a lot of stuff. The stuff is making us very unhappy. And that it's makes you unhappy when you have to think about moving, and then what? Organizing all of that stuff and moving it around. For what, you think to yourself? So definitely a more minimalistic environment is actually going to allow more space for your spirit to light up your life, rather than the oh god, I can almost taste the word. It's a word we don't know. Rather than trying to replace or fill in with these sort of non-specific, you know, over over the top kind of expressions of this prowess of insecurity. And they just keep writing the word energy in front of me, because what we have to do is that we have to bring the energy of our inner being out into the energy of our environment and our world. And our energy needs, our soul's energy doesn't need all the things that we think we need. And that is why this is what I've been talking about recently, about unplugging from the matrix. Because we cannot be who we're meant to be. Our souls are generous and compassionate. But right now, our ego, the old paradigm, has had us to become selfish and intolerant and very judgmental of others. We have the concept of charity, but we don't believe in it. And we're angry with all the people who we think are taking things away from us because they don't belong here, according to that logic. And all of that is coming from this sort of hoarding. And I know I'm using that word probably not in the specific context, but I want to say it on a collective level. It's like we're hoarding, we're this, how we've bought into this idea that all of us, each one of us has a right to own the land. Like it was given to all of us collectively, right? But the thing is that the shift that is coming is that if we're not plugged into the matrix, if we're not being used and manipulated to be consumers, and if we don't act like those consumers, and we unplug and we start focusing on keeping our energy light, then you'll have more resources at your disposal. You'll have more income at your disposal for to focus on the things specifically that would really give you joy. But immediately remove from your head the stress of needing to work, because that's the part of the society now. We work until we drop. We work until we drop. There's no time for play. There's no time for anything else. Work, work, work. Right? So people feel stuck in their life situations, their jobs, and their circumstances. And when the bills come in, you get really freaked out and stressed. And all of this, your energy is overburdened. And right now, again, the we don't need all of that. And so the soul is asking everyone to lighten up its load, to really sort of call your investments and your resources so that you don't have you can make priorities about what gives you pleasure, so that you can have more time and you can be free to go where you need to go, work where you need to work, live the way you want to live, because you're not living up to every dollar that you make. I know this is sort of very earthly and not very spiritual, but it is very much spiritual, that we have to be aware of the root causes of why we're struggling to be spiritual, why we're struggling to be whole, and why we're just surviving rather than thriving in our lives. We cannot continue to ask the universe to help us out if we don't first root out the problem. You have to discover so how do I say this simply? The world has an economy that it created. They give it different names, capitalism, whatever. But your body and your soul has its own economy. It only needs what it needs. And until you and I can be satisfied with those needs and make sure that we're giving those needs to ourselves, it is not until then will you be unplugged from the matrix of that economy, the consumerism, the compulsion, because this consumerist society, I don't know if there's words or not, but I'm going to use it, is all about playing us into compulsive behavior, compulsive spending. And then you're doing it, we're all doing it. And then every month we say, I need more because it's not enough. I'm barely making it. It's not enough. And then we ask the universe to help us out, but the universe can't because it's a behavioral issue. If we don't stop doing it, then they cannot show us, first of all, the abundance we already possess, that they've already answered us, but we're not being responsible enough. We are feeding the paradigm of our ego rather than the paradigm of source and our souls. And that is free will. That's a choice. That's not the fault or the the inability to answer your prayer, if you understand what I'm saying. Something about March where the energies are, feeling very intense. And it's because now we're having to deal with the weight of what we have become or evolved into from the perspective of our ego. And this is no longer aligning. It's that feeling that I've been having with eating. Like this is just this is eating for eating. This is not. I need something else. There's a shift, there's a paradigm shift, and it's about light. We are embodying more light, and we need to change our entire lifestyle to facilitate this light, to be in alignment with it, this higher vibration. And this higher vibration does not mean that we're going to be less in the physical experience. It actually means that the physical experience is going to expand in terms of our senses, meaning that there is more pleasure, there is a deeper, richer, vibrant colors to for our eyes to experience, greater hearing, greater clarity of knowing, the touch and pleasure, just deeper. With all this density that we keep practicing in our lives, we numb those senses. And so life looks dull. Color is duller. And we don't realize it until we change the way we take care of ourselves, and then this opens all of that up to us. It's a really huge shift, but it's one that we have to make by first acknowledging the shifts and the changes that we're being guided to tap into. Now, this is the Archangel Uriel, and he is the angel of peace. And Archangel Uriel, strangely enough, is oversees our solar plexus chakra. And our solar plexus chakra is attuned to the planet Earth. Each one of the chakras is attuned to a different planet or star system. And this one happens to be Earth. So it's very interesting because we've been all about Earth today. I don't think I've ever given a reading all about Earth and energy. And so the ascendant aspect of the Earth the new earth, the fifth dimensional earth, is, Diana Cooper calls it purge. All right. And you can ask the archangels. She has a book called the Ascension. Let me see. I'm not gonna find it. It's the Archangel Ascension. It's a purple book. I'm not gonna bring. It looks like this one. I just got this one. It's the same cover, but it's the Archangels, the Ascension, Archangels on Ascension. I would have to stop the video to let me do that. Found it. So it's the Archangel Guide to Ascension, all right, by Diana Cooper and Tim Wild. So there are explains about the different chakras and the 12 ascendant chakras, etc. So Archangel Uriel, so it's very interesting in that we're getting all into this. And, I feel like this information that I've just said to you, this is the real beginning. It's this relationship with our souls and the earth, the physical realm that we're living in our planet. Once we come into alignment with the planet's frequency and our way of life right now is intrusive to our planet. It's disruptive to our planet. It is sometimes, of course, overwhelming to the planet. We're not living in balance, in harmony with the planet. We take more from the planet than we put back, or we allow it to regenerate itself. We are not in alignment with the cycles of the planet, and we're not honoring its ability to regenerate, restore its balance, which means that this restores the resources and things that it has been providing us, because we take more because of greed. And this is why we can't find peace on the earth, because we're not living in balance with the earth, and we're not living in balance with each other. So therefore, when we do not do this, we have what we see. We have all of these divisions of power who are arguing back and forth, blaming one another, instead of bringing our agendas. First of all, getting rid of our agendas for power and domination, and bringing our agendas into cooperation with the planet and all living things, other living things on this planet. This is when and how we will have peace. And we have to start within our homes and with our own bodies by fully embodying it, so that you can have access to the wisdom of the earth, because your physical body is Gaia. Okay? And when you fully embody, ground into your soul's energy into the physical body, you become one. It's like being inside of a computer. Each one of our physical bodies is a computer that Gaia has created for you to communicate with her environment. And it's a genius computer. It has input and output, right? And when you live in your physical body, you will have access to all the wisdom and the secrets of nature, in order that you can be in balance with it. And then by doing so, you will know immediately true abundance. So I would go through right now and try to figure out how many of these bills I can get rid of and never have again. To cut my bills in half, all these extraneous subscriptions and blah, 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 blah. And see, can I live and then refocus my resources into the things that fuel my energy, that lighten my spirit. All right, I think you get what I'm trying to say here. So it says, come into harmony and balance. I didn't even look down. Use your power for peace. This is what I just explained. All right, let's take a look at the card for the week. And I think this was the first card because I don't know, well, maybe it came out last week. Okay, so we have the Moon card. And we have this owl sitting on the branch, and it's like a winter time, just like our time of the year. Um, and you know, it's the feeling of this card is something huge is about to take place, right? A profound healing, a shift, a great revelation is coming through at this time. And I think we're close to a full moon of sorts now. And it just looks like this is our specific time of the year, doesn't it? Just it's kind of eerie that pulling this card right now at this time of the year, where the leaves have and the trees are still bare, etc. But the owl has the ability. Birds are all fifth dimensional. They are all teachers. They have no lessons to learn. They are in sync with the angelic realm, and their voices, their tweets, are literal tweets, like Twitter tweets from the angelic realm. So when you hear them tweeting, they are tweeting they're downloading information into your frequency, to your soul and your body. Right? So there, there's something about, making wise choices to make sure that you don't get caught up. I think about the moon and the illusions that the moon cast, at the nighttime. And so there is something about making wise decisions. Don't feed in to your ego's illusions. Don't amplify them, but pay attention to what the universe in this frequency is bringing up for you to heal, for you to recognize and change. Even if you can just shift it a little bit. And I don't know why I just saw the word excessive. So be aware of where you are being excessive in your life. And what is behind that? What are you trying to prove? But when you have to work at proving anything, this is not divine. And so it drains your energy, as I keep saying the word energy. And so Archangel Michael is stepping forward, and he's offering you the opportunity to cut any cords by confession. That is to say, be honest with yourself, is what he means when they write confession. That's one symbol for it. It's about being honest with yourself. As soon as you're honest with yourself, as soon as you're willing to see the truth, the cords are automatically severed. But he wants to help you to do that. Where are you being excessive? And be honest about what you really need, because this is a burden on your soul, and what it does is it makes you not want to be in your body. So that grounding is a constant thing, an issue. All right, and so we have the Ace of Wands, and we have our little lizard friend here with his hand on the wand. and all these little fireflies at night. So we have these two sort of night scenes. It makes me think of dreams for some reason with these two cards together like this in these depictions. And I would really pay attention not only to the new opportunities that are coming to you, but pay attention to that the relationship in your dream time. So I feel like there's some connection between your dreams. You have these new opportunities or new ideas that you're exploring, but your dream is telling you something else. The dream is either, supporting, or it's um, contrasting it in some way. Now, I don't know why they just wrote the word religion big and bold in front of my face, um, but I'll have to think about that. But I don't know if you're seeing sort of religious symbols maybe in your dream, or if there is some um, dogma around um, abundance that is or receiving just rewards or receiving blessings where you might feel that you're not deserving for some reason. And whatever those was playing out in your dream time is the subconscious stuff, baggage that you need to address. So journal with your dreams. Get up as soon as you have the dream, have a pad of paper, or, I usually do mine on my phone, and go ahead and write it down and start exploring what's going on there. You don't need to necessarily figure it all out. Like you're going to wake up and then you're going to go do something. But just to know that when you recognize it, that's the word they wrote as well. They just want you to recognize it, because recognition is a huge part of the healing process. So much can be done once you recognize the truth. Okay, look at this. The Five of Pentacles. And I know I wrote about this card for this week as well. And gosh, it was such a profound reading. So check it out. It's either going to come out on Sunday as the first reading of the week, or Tuesday. If it wasn't Friday of this past week, I'm pretty sure it wasn't this past week, it's this coming week. And, um, here we just see like a reflection of the stained glass window, and it's a sense of that I'm not able to get back into that reading, so you're really going to have to go watch it. But here's the thing: you're you're struggling, you're surviving rather than thriving. And there is a mental attitude, an awareness, and an approach that comes with this. This really, indicates health, resources, and energy. And the main thing here is not being in our bodies. And so there's something in this week where you're going to have to look at what are those underpinning or underlying issues that are sort of showing up in your dream time, the things that you're worried about that's just draining your energy. Is draining your energy, and it's usurping your power. And so pay attention to, where you need to trim the fat. Where do you need to make your reality light? And I mean as an enlightened with light. You don't need as many things as you think you need, but what you do need is light. You need pleasure. You need joy. And it can come in a balanced reality, a balanced physical reality. We got to go back to this sort of the Native American approach, or, of not taking more than what you need and honoring every being in your life. Honor every experience in your life. Don't just complain, but honor every experience in your life is a teacher. Every person in your life is a teacher. If you envy someone, they're there because they are showing you good qualities that you want to start to incorporate for yourself. Of course, be discerning always with your own soul's economy, making sure that you are working within that and that you're honoring that and being responsive to that. Because once you keep your own economy and you are aligning your decisions and investments with your own economy, that is when you'll find that state of true peace. You will no longer be, see, the solar plexus chakra is always sending out, fingers of light, fear based. It's all fear based. So it's looking for the threats. It's looking for the, what could go wrong. And when Archangel Uriel touches your solar plexus chakra, he shifts it from that yellow to golden energy, and the fingers start to seek out peace. As you lighten your load, you can begin to channel your energy into peace, and you can do it from within the troublesome circumstances you're having right now by realizing that everything that is bothering you is because you're invested in too many things. And you don't have to be, and you shouldn't be, because your soul should be what guides you, not your ego. All right, let's take a look at the card I pulled from the bottom already, and it's the Four of Swords. So this is saying right now, somebody's sitting in a meditation position. They got their tools for their spiritual practice to find balance, to come back into the spiritual body. These things, if it's sage or toning, they bring us first, they bring us pleasure so that we draw the attention of our spirit back into this physical experience. So when you're meditating, you're saging, you're connecting with the divine, whatever spiritual tools you paint, you garden, these are the things that we need to do now more than ever to help us to draw, persuade, influence our spirit to be. And if we're work, and there's no pleasure, then would you want to be in your body? Do you want to be with you? If you're no fun, if you don't know how to have fun? And think about this in terms of this energy lesson we're talking about, in terms of relationships. You're looking for the one, but you're not the one. You're one. Your soul doesn't want to be in that with you all the time because your life is arranged according to the matrix of society instead of your own energy matrix. And your your economy should be aligned with that energy matrix of your soul. All right, so take care of yourself this week. Make that priority number one. Even in your actions, the things that you do in your world, in your job, put yourself first. Go about it in a way that honors your soul, that gives you pleasure. Don't just focus on working. You have to work, you have to do what they ask you to do, but put yourself into it so that there's pleasure in it. And when you do, you light up. And when you light up, you're noticed, you're promoted, you're given more responsibilities that you would enjoy. but they just want you to release and relax. Just release, let go of these ideas of having to be a certain way, because that's a model that's not your model. I want you to be authentic in everything that you do, in every way that you do it. Be authentic. That's how you start taking care of yourself. All right, and so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful week. God bless you.